It's Week 13 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Lions and the Saints, all that and more, coming up next.
Well, first opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They held their opponents to 3 points, and that was it. If they get anything comparable to that performance, this one's in the bag.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Khalif Raymond now. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Well, the Lions ready to take over on offense for the first time here, and they've got a rookie at the helm, the third-round pick from Tennessee, Charles, Hendon Hooker.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. You look at the Saints defense. They come into this one way down at number 23 against the run in the NFL.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the...
Williams loses the football, and this is picked up by the Saints. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center after 9 seasons as a Raider. Derek Carr is the guy.
In his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And St. Brown going to have the Lions first down as he'll be taken down at the 46. Montgomery on the counter. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. No gain on the play. And that will bring up second down.
Second and 10 at the 42-yard line.
To throw, it's Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the 2nd sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. That good for 19 and a first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Hooker's going to throw it. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
Hooker to throw on 1st and 10. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. When you look at this Saints defense, and they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
We're scoreless after 1. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Hooker. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Now back with the Lions. Here's Riley Patterson on for the field goal. On the right hash. Officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. Patterson's kick is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. On play action, it's Carr. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. now on first down. There's Chris Olave. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Kamara up the middle. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Here's Kamara off the draw. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And Carr with a throw taken in by Thomas. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. To throw his Carr. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. From the gun, it's Carr. Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Again, it's Kamara. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Here's Carr to throw. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. On second down, Hooker. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And St. Brown going to have the Lions first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Hooker. Montgomery, another target and catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Hooker now off play action. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Hooker. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Here's Hooker to throw it. He's got it. Touchdown! Sam Laporta. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Carr's throw there taken in by Smith.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Carr.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando.
This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
3rd down and 10. Here's Carr.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This is taken at the 18. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Lions will take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Hooker. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Now a give running right is Montgomery. Taken down at the 42.
Offense has to praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
23 yards the pickup there. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Hooker now on 2nd down. Being chased out left. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
On 1st and 10, Hooker. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Here's Hooker. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They go play action. Here's Hooker. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And As you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner, and I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
No gain on the play. It's fourth down. Blake Gillikin will get some information for the Saints.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Hooker now on 1st down.
It's Williams on the catch. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard.
Throwing. Hooker.
Caught on the right side by Jones. Just a gain of a couple there. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now a bootleg with Hooker.
And that'll be caught by St. Brown.
And he is going to have a Lions first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now Hooker.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
So time for Carr and the Saints.
Down 13-7. A minute 53 remaining. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2.
Here we go with Kamara. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount. He got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
They'll go for it. Hooker. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Lions, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.